will own nothing and be happy. The price of homes will be so expensive that you can't afford a home. And this is where you will end up at. A true 15-minute city with thousands of people on top of each other.
I'm gonna say this one time only. If I catch you vandalizing a flock camera, I'm suddenly gonna catch amnesia and go blind because I didn't see shit and I don't know nothing.
Y'all, I'm being so for real. Are y'all not terrified of the way that the world is going? Like, I'm being actually so for real.
I feel like everybody is having a hard time right now, like even the stable people. I personally am having like an identity existential crisis, but even my stable friends are like shutting down their Instagrams, like closing down their Facebooks, even if it's just for a month. I know stable people who are like losing their minds at night. Finances, government, data centers, AI, like the future. I think we're actually all collectively freaking out. Am I alone with that?
Okay, you guys, I just got a Camry XSE, and it's the Premium Plus, and I'm over the screen telling me what to do, okay? It keeps telling me to sit up. It can't see my face. I'm like, what? I'm sitting here. It keeps telling me to pay attention. I'm paying attention. Like, what is going on? Stop telling me what to do. How do I turn this off? Please. It's driving me nuts.
I pass 8 flock cameras on the way to my kids' school. 3 gas stations, 2 stoplights, but 8 flock cameras. I live in a rural county. I'm passing more surveillance cameras than I am businesses. That's insane. So yeah, surveillance state coming to a rural county near you.
People are really starting to describe everyday life here in America as dystopian. That is a term that used to be for science fiction movies or novels, but now it's a term that people are using to describe what they feel is going on in this country.
So yeah, I'm the first one to have a mini data center in my house. They're paying me monthly to house this data center. Pretty sweet. So if you can't beat them, work with them, I guess, you know. So anyways, this data center went in a couple days ago, and it's producing all of your Google results in the 100 square mile from this location. So if you were to type in, hey Google, what's the weather like tomorrow? I could modify this system to say, don't worry about it, it's gonna be 500 degrees, you won't make it out alive. That's the kind of thing that this is producing. So they're paying me money to have this here, information's coming in, and I'm able to send the information out. Pretty wild. And if you want one of these in your house, let me know. They'll pay you to put one in.
I'm gonna need somebody in the federal or local government, somebody says, tell me when the Americans said, hey, we want data centers and we want monitored at all time and we want vehicles that can just shut themselves off whenever they feel it. I'm pretty sure none of us have said, oh, please watch my every movement, daddy, for my safety. We don't want you data centers. We don't want you AI. We don't want you flock cameras. We don't want you AI detection vehicles. We want none of this shit.
I've made videos talking about these driver monitors and how it's constantly watching you when you drive the car, but there is something that's very creepy about them. In real life, this is all that you see, is this kind of little black rectangle above the steering wheel. But if you have the right frame rate set on your camera, you can see the 2 red dots that are tracking your eyes. So you have these invisible red eyes that are constantly staring at you.
This is breaking news. Starting in 2027, refrigerator manufacturers will no longer sell refrigerators with automatic ice makers unless you have a subscription fee.
Oh man, hey, want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors due to the apostles, bishops, elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. All right. Back at you with another video. Lord willing, it's edifying, and this is going to be, about basically Americans are feeling the squeeze. All right, and like the infamous quote, all right, from, I believe it was from a Bauer or a Rothschild. You will own nothing, you will be happy. Or was that Charles Schwab? Let me see. I'm look it up real fast. You will own nothing and be happy. I believe it was a Rothschild though. All right. Let's see. You will own nothing and be happy. Yeah. Well, it leaves me right now, but yeah, it was Klaus Schwab. Klaus Schwab. All right. You will own nothing and be happy. So that they're telling you and they're playing right in your face and they're letting you know that basically their N to the W to the O, okay, is in play. All right, and basically a full a rundown or a synopsis of their NWO. All right, is basically them having control over the whole earth. Okay, and just as the Rockefeller was talking to I forgot the guy's name. Okay, and he turned out to be a whistleblower. He said that they want to see-hip everyone. Okay, that's part of the NWO. All right, it's gonna be a totalitarian government. All right, under one, and that one is Satan. Okay, that one rule, that one government is Satan. All right, headed by the high-level elitists, the Amalekites. Okay, but man, it's getting crazy out here, man. A lot of people are feeling the squeeze. A lot of people, can't make ends meet. A lot of people are, losing their jobs, losing their homes, barely can get a damn job out here in this climate. All right, and that's the Lord. Okay, that's the Lord basically, putting the squeeze on this place. Okay, putting the squeeze on this place, taking the mirth, okay, from out of this place. All right, because it's been too long. Okay, it's been too long that this country, all right, has been operating in mirth under total wickedness. Right, so the Lord is drying that well up. And we're saying, at the water, how about Shem Yahushua, my waffle, I'm a ball, death to this place, man. So without further ado, let's get into the scriptures. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, and verse 25. All right. And this reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken." So, hey, if you don't have that strong foundation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you are gonna bug out and lose your mind, because the scriptures talk about that. All right, it says I see every man, with his hands on his loins as a woman. All right, and birth pains. You know how much anguish you have to be physically hurt because of the situation that you're in, man. Okay, and you're gonna see a lot of men just bitching up, man. All right, the Lord willing, we're not a part of that. We're not gonna be a part of that, because we're trusting in the Lord right now. We're running into that safe tower, all right, which is the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the works, the truth, this truth. All right, and I wanted to bring this up, because we always go into it. Perplexity. Let's see. It says, yeah. Let's see. That word perplexity is a pora. All right. In a quandary. Okay. Actually, hold on. To be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at loss with oneself, to be in doubt. All right. So that's basically, losing your damn mind. You know what I'm saying? Basically snapping, right? So yeah, a lot of people are gonna be losing their wits. Okay, they're gonna be losing their wits. When this thing goes down, man. Okay, and Lord willing, we're not a part of that. Let's look. I wanted to look up the word distress. Okay, which is straits, distress. Okay, now this is it right here. To hold. Let's go down to it. Of a cattle squeeze, okay, to press on every side of a besieged city, of a strait, that forces a ship into a narrow channel of a cattle squeeze that pushing in on each side, forcing the beast into a position where it cannot move so the farmer can administer medication. And you know what medication that farmer, aka Esau Edom, wants to goddamn put up in you, man. That's that micro C-hip, which is the MOTB, okay? Can't say it enough. Can't say it enough, man, you know? So moving on to the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 10. And it reads, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. Okay. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Trouble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. And I brought this one out because the women are going to get hit the hardest. All right. Because women are fine tuned for pleasure and relaxation and comfort. Now we're about to step into the time, you know, known as the straight gate. All right, Jacob's trouble. All right, a time is never before, ever since the planet was established. All right, and it's gonna be hard. And it's gonna be hard on us too, man. But the thing that's gonna keep us grounded and keep us, you know, strong and not, you know, losing our minds or losing our wits, keeping our wits about us is what the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, and that's brother's faith. Okay, and we don't care if y'all don't believe in it because it ain't for y'all. All right. So Isaiah 24 and 11. Let's start at 10. We can actually start off at 8. The mirth of Tabrik ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a strong drink, with a song, Salakia. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Okay. So when this thing goes down, man, and it's going in levels. Okay. Right now, the bitterness is happening. You know, it's not as fun as it used to be, or the holiday spirit is gone. You know, like Elder Yashwamba goes into, certain brothers, you know, reminisce about being in the 80s and the 90s again, you know, because it's so bad here. You're thinking about nostalgia just to get through. Okay. And that was pretty much set up by Esau Edom, man. That's part of his witchcraft, part of his sorcery. He set up a system to where it literally stresses you out. All right, you really you go into it. If you want to make some money, what they say, you gotta what? Go get a so-called education, right? You get an education, all right, and then you get in what? Debt, unless you're so privileged that, you know, your parents can foot the bill for you know, your doctorate school or whatever school you're trying to go, or whatever you know, degree, okay, Freemason degree you're trying to get. Okay, but that's not the case for a lot of us. So about 99% of, you know, most people, okay, have to basically fight out of debt. And it's hard to get out of debt, man. All right, this is a debt-based society. And right now it's so bad that, you know, the economy is bad. We got the war going on, which is affecting things over here. Okay, the housing market is bad. Everything is bad. All right, the strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right, the wine, okay, even is tainted. Okay, with those sulfates, you know, those dyes that they use on certain wines. It's even tainted itself, man. Okay, so you can't even go to something that's supposed to help alleviate stress without it doing harm to you. And that's how the Lord got it. That's how you know we're not supposed to be here. And that's how you know that this kingdom is on its way out of here. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city it is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Okay, so this is what's happening, man. We're in the first stages of JT, man. All right, trouble for you Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And like I said, and like we always say, we're not saying that we're not going to be there as well, but we're going to have a covering about us, all right, if it be the Lord's will, where certain things, okay, that certain judgments that people are going through, we're going to be above it. That's why I said, do all that you can to stand in that evil day. Okay. And also in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, it talks about to escape those said perils. Right. Second Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, and when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Okay, so it's gonna, and I just thought, I'm speaking as a man. I know, this goes into something deeper. This goes into actually when, basically it's time for Jacob's trouble. People are gonna know it. Okay, it's gonna. But that sound, I keep thinking about, Purge, the Purge, right? With the Purge, that horn that goes out when it's about to be martial law. That woo, woo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this applies to that, but that's just what I thought of through the Spirit. So yeah, uh, yeah, and what and that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the mountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So that's what we're hopefully a part of, man. The Lord's willing. All right, the hopeful elect. We're the ones striving for righteousness on the side, man. Okay, and it comes with a reward. That comes with what? Seeing the Lord's salvation. Okay, escaping. All right, seeing the end of this world. Okay, the defeat of Esau, Edom, like the scriptures say. Rejoice over the prophets, for you, basically the Lord has given you the victory over the beast, man, over her. All right, Jeremiah 51:8. Let's start at 6. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. Mawaf Lababal. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. So there you go. If so, she may be healed, but she won't. Okay, she won't be healed. All right. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reaches up to the heavens and is lifted up even to the sky. So it's a wrap for this place, man. Okay, it is a wrap. We are to flee out of this place spiritually, and Lord willing, we're gonna be on the first thing smoking, on the first thing out of here, aka a chariot. Isaiah 13 and verse 12, and it reads, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So, hey, you gotta, you women, okay, your strong point is going to be a man. Okay, the Lord is raising up men. All right, because it's going to get bad out here. You think it's hard now? Wait till shit really hits the fan, and y'all women are going to be out here destitute, looking crazy, man. Okay, without a covering. All right, and that's going to be your judgment if you are part of the 2/3. Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 men shall take hold of one man, saying, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Okay, so hey, women are going to be, basically they're going to know who the men of the Lord, because the men of the Lord are not going to be in pitiful case like all these people are going to be, or in these times to come. Lord has set out provisions for brothers. Okay, so hey, we're going to be straight, man. Hey, so and I'm gonna end it with this one because this is why we're gonna be straight. And I was in the book of Isaiah heavy for this lesson, but it's all the Spirit. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah is his treasure. So that's our treasure. All right, and it forces us to move a different or operate a different way when you fear the Lord, man. You're not going to do certain things which is pleasing to the Lord, which is what? Practicing obedience, okay? We're trying to get it right, okay? We've been messing up for so long. The Lord said, if you come back to me, okay, repent, okay? Hey, he's going to, basically give us the upper hand, okay? And fill it in and give us a basically a grade or a curve, how they used to say, with that grace and mercy, man. All right, and the elect being partakers, of Yahushua's blood. Okay, what the reason why he shed it for them to be saved over on this side. All right, So, yeah, that's it. Lord willing was edifying and uplifting. All right, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone, and peace, blessings, safety to the elect out there. Till next time, as I say, Shalom.